Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is day 22 of the 30 Days AI Challenge, and we are so excited to have today come, to pass in this way. We have a very special tool that we want to learn about today. And if you're just joining us on this challenge, let me give you a brief about what it's been about. So this 30 days AI challenge is hosted by Hughes and Tech. Hughes and Tech is an edtech company. We help ladies, women especially, transition into tech. We teach no code tech skills, business analytics, project management, product management, and a few more courses. So if you want to get to know more about us, you can visit our website www.hillsandtech.com. This 30 days AI challenge is in commemoration of the International Women's Day, which we are still in the month of March, and we're celebrating the Women's Day. So we've been on it from day one. We've learned amazing tools up until the 22. It's a challenge, so we want you to be part of it. Consistently follow through, learn how to use AI tools for productivity and how to improve efficiency in your probably existing work or future practice. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you. We have an amazing facilitator joining us today. She's also part of the Hills and Care community. She's been a major supporter, and she's very good at this thing that we're talking about. So I want you to pay attention, engage in the comment section. If you have any questions, if you have any whatever you want us to get to talk about during this time, please do well to say that in the comment section. So join me as I welcome to stage Chinenye Nwanna. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, depends on where you are joining us from. Um, Welcome to today's AI challenge. Um, and today we'll be talking about, or we'll be learning about an AI tool, AI copywriting tool, which is called Writer. The writer is spelled Rytr. So it's an AI copywriting tool, and it will help you to create business content faster with AI. So before we go into the demo sessions, so let's just briefly understand what AI copywriting is and the features that Writer has to offer. So basically, what is AI copywriting? AI copywriting is using AI tools to generate written content. So written content are examples of written content are social media posts, blog posts, emails to either business emails, personal emails, just emails. So and emails also include newsletters as well, promotional newsletters, adverts, social media ads, AI copywriting to also involve written content also involves AI. Sorry, social media ads, and then product descriptions for as many of us that are in e-commerce. Product descriptions to describe your product. So it helps you to write those content fast without overthinking the words to write or what the words to say. So why should we use Writer, or what's the benefit of using Writer? It helps you to save time. It helps you to save time. It reduces content stress. So like English is not sometimes for some people thinking of what to write is doesn't come very natural or easy for them. So it reduces that stress of thinking of what to write, what are we going to talk about this week and all of that. AI copywriting tool helps you to quickly come up with ideas and come up with fleshing out those ideas that it comes up with. And in that way, it boosts productivity. So now going to our tool. So Writer is one of the AI tools that assists with copywriting. So it's an AI writing assistant. Um, it's an AI writing assistants. There are many other tools that you know that help with writing content. So Writer is just one of them. It's beginner friendly and it generates content pretty fast. It generates content fast. So when we go through the demo or the walkthrough, you will see why it is beginner friendly. Then writer has it has different use cases. So unlike chat gpt for example is a tool that can write for you. It's an AI tool that can write for you. But one of the unique features about writer is it has use cases. So when we say use cases, you can select what you want writer to do for you. So whether you wanted to do a post, social media post, or you wanted to come up with an email, or you wanted to come up with a product description. So those are use cases. Those different scenarios are use cases. And then you can select the tone. You can select the tone that you want the tool to want the outputs of the content that you're writing. You select the tone that you want the content to be written in, and then you put in your prompt and then you generate content. So the features that it has, like I've also mentioned, is the ability to select tones. You also have the ability to select different languages. So to select different languages. So for if you are running a website that is multilingual, or you are selling products to other countries in that speak other languages except aside English, and you want to say, for example, maybe write your blog post in French, or you want to write your product description in French or in Mandarin or something. You can choose the language and then it will generate the content in that language that you've chosen. So, and it also has ability for it to generate multiple variants of um, of the prompts that you give it. So, for example, for example, Chat GPT. If you ask Chat GPT to generate something for you, so if you don't tell it say, to generate say five ideas or generate five whatever. If you don't give it the number of things to generate, it will just generate one output for you. But with Writer, you have the ability to select how many variants that you want the output to come in. So, what are the real life use cases of Writer? Like I mentioned before, you can use Writer to generate social media captions, so Instagram captions, even Twitter. You can use Facebook captions. You can use it to generate that. You can use it to generate content for WhatsApp marketing. You can use it to generate content for emails. So either business emails, or you want to write an email to somebody, you want to reply an email, you can use that writer for it, and you can use it for product descriptions. You can use it for social media ads. You can use it to write blog posts, and so many other use cases. So when we go into the demo session, you will see the other templates and use cases that it has. So we'll be going into the demo now, and uh, we'll then start to see what writer is about and how we can use writer. So
All right.
I'll share my screen now.
Okay, thank you so much. If you're just joining us, please confirm that you can see the screen. And also, thank you for joining us today. We'd like to engage with you, so please drop your comments in the comment section. Our regular viewers, we believe that you're also part of this viewership, so please drop your comments, ask your questions as we go in to learn the tool. We'll be engaging and we're open to questions, or if you want to know more, please just drop your questions. Thank you so much. Okay, you can go ahead.
All right. So for those that just joined, we were talking about writer. Like I said earlier, writer is spelled RYTR. So I believe you can see my screen. So this is the website, and the writer is an AI copywriting tool. So To access the website, you go to writer.me, and then once you enter the URL or your browser, it will open their website. This is the website, and then to to start using Writer, you have to create an account. You have to have an account with them. So to get an account with them, you can click on this button by the right hand side, top right hand side that says start writing, or you can say get Writer is free. So it has a free plan that you can get to start to use immediately. So we're going to click on the start writing, and it gives us the option to create our account. Please confirm you can see the sign up screen.
Yes, it's visible. We have confirmations. And Chisom says, I can see the delicious one. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited to have you. So if you have your questions as we go on, please do well to drop it. Thank you. You can go ahead.
All right. So this is the sign up screen. So this is where you can sign up. So now, if you want to sign up using an email address and setting a password, you do that by filling the sign up form. And then it also has the option to sign up with any of your social media accounts, so that you don't have to start to create its own separate password. So if you want to use your Google account or your Facebook account or your LinkedIn, you just click any of those options, and then it will sign you in. So let's just, for the sake of those that might not want to, that are not comfortable using their already existing account, so let's just create a separate account for writer. So it's going to ask you, put in your name, your email address, then your password. Okay, so password and confirm password. So once you're done with that, you just say sign up, and it will tell you that you are so sent. It said, please check your email box or other folders for verification code. So it's asking for a verification code, which it will send to the email address that you imputed in your sign up form. So let's go to our email. So we can see we've received the verification code, email verification code. It tells you blah blah blah. Hello, use the following code to verify your email. So we're going to impute this code. So we can just copy the code and we paste. So once you have pasted the code, you click on the verify code button. So it tells you your email has been verified successfully, and then it will take you to your dashboard. So it's telling me welcome Chinenye, and then it will just ask you a bit of an information to just know the kind of user that you are. So it say let's personalize your experience. So what are you here for? You click on the drop down, writing emails, or you want to write articles and content. So anyone you choose at this point really doesn't affect what you see on the screen. So we can just choose any option. It just wants to know more about you, but it really doesn't affect what it displays to you. So you click on next, and then it says get better long form content with phrase. So this is a tool and a sister tool that is trying to advertise to you. So just click on continue to writer. And so here we have so this is the interface of writer. So we have four tabs. You have the documents. Documents tab is where you see all your documents that you have created, all the documents you have created. So as you create content with Writer, it generates the content in a document. So that's why there's a document section. So each content you create is done in a document. So when you rename it, it's automatically saved. So when you create a new document, by default, the name of the document will be titled new document. You can rename a document, you can edit a document, you can move a document into folders, you can delete a document, you can export a document. So we'll look at all of that after we've created some content so that we can have documents to work with. Then you have the right tab. So this is basically where you'll be doing most of your content generation. So the right tab is where that will be done. So this the left hand side of the screen is where you would select the template, select your tone, put in your prompts or your inputs, and then the right hand side, the greater part of the screen is the workspace. So that is where the output will be generated. Then you have the chat tab. So the chat tab is in case for if you don't feel like going through the rights, if you don't feel like selecting a template, or and if you don't really know what you really want per se, you can use the chat. So chat is just like, just tell it what to do, give it a chat. Just you chat like just the same way you chat with a chat chat GPT. You That's what this chat is about. You just enter a message by chatting with the AI, and then it will generate the content that you want it to generate for you, and you can then send the content to a document. That whatever it generates under the chat, you tell it to add to a document. Then history, this is where you will see the history of the things that you have done, the work you've done, all the content that you generated, it will be under history, and then you can revisit that history to, you know, to work on it again, or to either continue from your history, or to just to regenerate something else based on that history. So we are going to start with the right tab now. So this is where, like I said, I mentioned earlier that writer has different templates, it has different tones. Now we are using the free version, so there's a limit to the number of tones and use cases that we have on the free version. For the tones, for example, we are limited to, I think, 20 tones. So we can see, so we have under select a tone of voice. It has different tones: appreciative, assertive, awestruck, candid, casual, cautionary, compassionate, convincing, formal, funny, humble, passionate, and like that. So you go through to see what exactly you want. So by default, it's is on convincing tone. So it has the ability for you to create your own kind of tone, your brand tone, your brand voice. But that feature is in the paid version. So that's why you have this question mark. So if you click on it, it will take you to where you're supposed to. It will tell you that it's only available for the paid plan, and then if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. The same thing too for language. I mentioned earlier that it has different languages. So for example, if you are if you're operating a website, for example, that is multilingual, meaning that you're targeting audiences in other countries with different languages, and you want to say create a blog post in a different language, so you can change the language. Or if you want to create product description for your audience is in another country with another language, you can change that. So but on the paid plan, on the free plan rather, is only the default your default language that is available, and then it lets you to change language only once a month. That's if you're on the free plan. But if you're on the paid plan, you can switch to different languages at any time that you want. So let's just see now. For example, if I decide to choose Dutch, it will tell you that your current plan allows for content creation in a single language. So please select your default language. And then it tells you that it generates unlimited content in 20 languages. That's if you are upgrading to the premium plan. right? So we are going to just go continue with our English. But if you eventually like the tool and you want to upgrade, that's the one of the many possibilities that you have with the paid plan. You can use more than one language. So the use
Thank
case,
you. Yeah, let me just mention, we have a question from Edna Omorodion. It says, I would like to know the limitation to using the free plan. I think you've mentioned this, but would you want to address it specifically? The limitation
yes,
of using a free plan.
we will get to what the plans offer at the end. So when we
All
come
right.
to settings, when we are done with content generation, we go to settings and you see the plans and what it offers. So we'll get there at the end. All right, so we are on the choose use case. So this is where I mentioned that these are the use case are the many possibilities that writer can help you generate content with. So we have blog idea and outline. So this is if you want to you're thinking of what will I write for my blog. So it will generate an idea and then it will generate the outline for the blog post. So this is not necessarily the main blog post itself, it's just the idea, like the topics, and then the outline of each of the topic that is going to generate. Then blog section writing. So this is where it now starts to generate the content for the blog. If you select that, then also has a use case called brand name. So if you want to start a business or you're starting a business, you have an idea but you don't know the name yet. So you can say brand name, and then you tell it what your idea is about. It will give you a list of names that you choose from. So business idea pitch as well. So business idea pitch is, pitch deck. Let's say you are applying for funds, and you've been invited to a pitch deck or a fundraising program and stuff. So this can help you generate a business idea pitch. This can also help you generate business ideas. If you want to earn, let's say you're looking for extra source of income, you don't know what to do, you can ask it for different business ideas. Call to action. So this is how do I explain it now? This is like a prompt, like a conversion prompt for your target audience. If you want them to do something on with your product or on your website, that's call to action. This copywriting framework for those that are into copywriting. So I'll just go to the most common ones for us. So this is cover letter for those that are applying for jobs, looking that are job hunting. It can generate a cover letter for you. So this is the email I spoke about. It can generate email for you. It can also generate email replies. Then this is social Facebook posts. It also can do ads, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn ads, Google search ads. If you are also job hunting, it can generate, or no, rather, if you are a HR person, it can help you generate interview questions to ask your applicants that you've been interviewing, or you can generate job description for you as well. For website people, if you're a website designer but you're not exactly a copywriter, it can help you generate the copy for a landing page or for a full website. Also LinkedIn post as well. Then newsletter, if you run a newsletter either for your brand or as a marketing tool for your brand, or you run a newsletter business itself, it can generate newsletters for you. So if you are a poet or you want to go into poems and you are having writer's block, this is a poem generator. It can help you generate poems, post and caption ideas as well. So this is Instagram and basically ideas. And product description, if you're into e-commerce, it can help with product description, then product description with bullet points. So that's like features and stuff. And all of that. So if you scroll down, you see the other use cases. So those are like the major. If you're into videos, it helps you with channel description, it helps you with video description, it can help you with ideas for your videos as well. SMS and notification. So different, basically any you know content, then you can generate your own use case. So if you've gone through all of this, is not what you really want to use it for, is not listed as a use case, you can create your own use case, but this is under the paid plan. So, but as we can see, the list of things under the free plan is wide enough, is good enough for you to run your brand or your business, you know, at in the meanwhile, until you become a heavy user, then you can then decide to, you know, use the custom features and paid plan features. All right, so we are going to start. So, like I said, once you come to write, everything you generate, every content you generate will be on a document or will be generated in a document. To create a document for it. So when we can see now here is having the default title, document title, new document. So you can change that. So let's say product description, product description. So once you rename it, it will save automatically. It saves automatically into this document section. We'll come back to that. So now let's start with, so since we've named our document product description, we can start with selecting our use case to be product description, right? So you can scroll down. So it's arranged alphabetically. So you can scroll down to P, or you can easily just type product, and it will give you all the use cases that starts with product. Um, so we select product description, and it will ask you for the product name. Now, so every use case that you select, underneath the use case drop down field, is going to give you, it gives you a description of what that use case is about. So under product description, it's telling us write brief description of your product or feature. So that's what product description is about. It will give you a brief description of your product or feature. Then under product name, so inside all of the text boxes, it provides like an example of what it's expecting for you to input. So to get the best out of the tool, it's better you follow the guidelines in the examples or that it's given to you. So product name. So for this our demonstration, for example, now I want to create a digital planner for entrepreneurs. So let's say the name of my digital planner is, or let's even say a content planner, a 30-day content planner for entrepreneurs, right? And my product name is, what should we call our product name? Um, let's just say I call it DigiPlan. DigiPlan. And then so about products. So remember it's a product description. So it's asking you what's the product about. And then it's giving this, it has given us like an example. So it's saying the example it's used is Writer is a writing tool powered by the best language AI technology. As a smart writer, it automatically generates content for many use cases like blog, emails, ads, and more. It is fast and works well on mobile. So this example is just trying to tell you that you should be very specific about what your product is about, and you should, you know, write more words, write words as in, let your prompt or your input be a little bit, you know, detailed, not just very vague, not very vague. Um so so about product, I'm going to just put in our digital, is a digital plan, is for a month. So I put Gigi Plan is a 30-day content planner for entrepreneurs to help plan their social media content for a month. So if you can get more detailed than this, it will generate better content. So the more detailed you are, the better your output. So, but this is a test, so we'll just go with this. But you can see that I specified, for example, I specified my target audience. I said for entrepreneurs, and I specified what the content planner does or helps people to do to help them plan their social media content for a month. Now, I remember that I mentioned that writer has the option to give you variants. So this is where under variants, you have options to say one variant, two variant, three variants. So one variant means that whatever it generates, it should just be one answer or one copy. If you say two variants, it will give you two options. It will generate option A and option B, or variant A, variant B. Then if you select three variants, it will give you three options A, B, C, option variant one, variant two, variant three. And then you can select which out of the variants you prefer. Then we have the creativity. So I'll just leave it at two variants. And then you have creativity level as well. So creativity level is just telling the AI how creative you should go with the content generation. So you have none. So none is if whatever you maybe if whatever you want to generate has to deal with a lot of facts, and you have already imputed those facts in your prompt, in your input, and you don't want it to change what the facts are. So you select none so that it will just generate based on what you have given it. Then it has low, medium, high. It has optimal. So optimal is like a balanced section. Then you have max, which is less factual. So if you want it to be less factual, or rather max just means it's going to be less factual, most likely you use marks for maybe something that has to do with stories. We are writing stories. It doesn't really have to deal with facts or numbers or statistics. You know, you can leave it at max. So, but we'll leave it at optimal, which is like the default. And then you click on the button "Write for me." So once you click on "Write for me," it starts to generate your content, and then it generates it outputs the content in this workspace, the right side of the window, which is where it generates the output. So this is output. So it has, you can see it has given me two variants. I remember I chose two variants, so it has one copy here, then it's separated by an horizontal line, and then the second variant. So you get to read what it has generated for you, and then you choose which one of it you prefer, and then you use that for what you want it to do. So this is one use case. So let's create another use case. So like I said earlier, so if you click on this three dots, three vertical dots, ellipses. You have the option to download whatever it has created as a Word document, or you want to download it as an HTML document or content. You can you can clear all the content. Let's say you want to start all over again, and you still want to use the same document name in the same document. You can clear all this content. You can delete the document, and it will delete the document completely. So let's go back. Let's create another document, another use case. So you see when we went back, it came back to the documents tab. Came to the documents tab. So let's go back to write. So we want to create another use case. So um, let's say email, for example. Let's say email, or let's choose newsletter. No, let's do email. We can do newsletter later. Let's do email. So, like I said earlier, it shows you the description of what the use case is about. Turn a few key points into a ready to send email. Then key points. So this is just a sample. Under the key points field, it shows you the sample of what you can put in as your input. And also, please bear in mind that each of those inputs they have word limits. Word limits. So make sure you follow, you don't exceed the word limit. If you exceed the word limit, the write for me button will most likely not be enabled until you are within the limits, the word count limit. So yes, so we wanted to create an email for us. So let's say, okay, so it started, it came back to this new product description. So let's go back to document. Let's say new document. So that's one way to create a new document. We'll still touch on that later. So what are the key points that we want the email to have? So we want to say uh, a code email to market my website development business, for example, service to entrepreneurs and startup founders. And then you select the number of variants you want and the creativity level. You click on the right for me as well, and it will generate. Okay, so it has generated. So you can see the subject, the contents, the body of the email, hi, first name. So you put in, so it puts in, it's adding placeholders. You put in the first name of the person you're sending the email to, as an entrepreneur or startup founder, blah blah blah. So you read, and so one of the things you need to do or is to always review what AI produces for you, and make sure you edit it to fit what you need it for. Don't take the output of AI 100% like in total like that. You need to edit it, you review and edit and make sure that it fits what you are, you know, what you want it to do or talk about. Especially if you are, for example, targeting things related to maybe Nigeria or Africa, you have to be sure that the words used and all of that are appropriate for your target audience. So this is one variant. This is another variant. So when you review, you can select um, the one you want. So you, aside in my, initially I mentioned that you can download a document. Even if you don't, so if you don't want to download the documents, you can just select what you want. Let's say you're working on another window, another email window. Or let's say your Gmail. You can just right click and you can copy, normal copy and paste. You can paste it to your email window. Then other features that it has, like now it has generated the content. You can also select a paragraph. So I'll select this paragraph, for example. You see this R icon, you click on it. So you can either change the tone of that paragraph, you can decide to improve on the paragraph. You can tell it to continue writing, so it will continue, it will create more content relating to the words in that paragraph. You can change the length. So if it's too long, you can tell it to shorten. If it's too short, you can tell it to expand. So let's say change tone, for example. So let's select assertive, for example. So and then so once you say assertive, it has changed. I think it was pretty fast. So it has changed the sentence of the paragraph to assertive. So we select again. Let's click on continue writing, for example. So you see that it will add something. It will add more text. So add more text. And over here, you can see the word count and the character count of the content that is generated. So let's click on this second paragraph, for example. Let's select expand the length because it's a two-line paragraph. Let's say expand and let's see what that does. So you can see that that's expanded. That's written more text for that paragraph. So so this is another use case. Create an email. Let's do one more use case. Then we now come to documents. New documents again. So let's say we want it to create a let's say we want to start a business, a bakery business, but we don't know what name to call it. So let's name our document bakery business ideas, business name ideas rather. And say create. So it goes to writing. So we're going to change our tone. So just always, if you're creating a new document, just always remember that always what's the word? Always review the different options. So remember, because we selected assertive for we changed the tone of the email that was created in our last document to assertive. So in this new document that we are creating, it's still on assertive. So make sure that um, your your tone is in the selected tone that you want. So we are looking for business name ideas. Let's see what. Let us choose passionate because so we want our business name to let the business name be to show that we are passionate about our bakery, what do you call it now, bakery business. So we select brand name. Brand name is so it shows the description of brand name. It says generate unique names for your product or brand, and then your brand description. So this is also an example of the kind of input you should give it to. So we're going to say brand description: a bakery that bakes cakes and snacks for school children. It's just if for school children, it's just a fictitious example. Let's select three variants so that to see to see what it generates for us. So three variants, optimal. Okay, let's just even say medium. Let's see creativity medium and say right for me, and then so it has generated. So you see all the options. It gave us 10. It's giving us 10 options, no, not options, like 10 different brand names per variant. So this is variant one. So it separates each variant by a horizontal line. So this variant one, this variant two, another set of 10 brand names. Then variant three as well, another set of 10 brand names. So so assuming this is a real content, you just go through what it has generated and select anyone that you are happy with. Okay, so let's do one more use case, but we're going to use the chats option. So now we'll go to chats. So I mentioned earlier that chat is for if you don't want to go through the stress, not really stress, but if you don't want to go through the process, let's call it process. It's not stress. If you don't want to go through the process of selecting your tone, your what the caption is about, and all of that, you will come to chat. So chat, you also ensure that you are in the selected language that you want, but you still need to select the tone that you want. So we are still on passionate. So we are going to just tell you what we want. But we chat. So you are going to select language and select tone in the chat, but you're not going to be. You won't select the use case. You tell it what you want it to generate for you. So this time around, we want to generate, say, social media posts or captions. Um, so let's say posts. Um, so I'll say create social media posts to um, to talk about my different types of cakes, and then you send. So you click enter. Sorry, I clicked enter, but you can click on this icon here to send your message. So it says absolutely here are some passionate and engaging social media post ideas to showcase your different cakes. And then it says blah 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 classic chocolate cake. It tells you what to say. Post red velvet cake. It tells you what to post. So this is with the assumption that you probably have the picture of your cakes. So, but you don't know what to write or to accompany the pictures with. So this is it. So if you want to quickly use it for your social media post, you just copy. You can copy and click on copy, or you can right click and say copy. If you want to add it to a document, to the writer document section, you click on add to new document. If you want to delete, you can delete it. So I'll say add to new document, and so it has brought us to this right. So let's rename our documents to what's it called now? Social media posts. So now that it has brought us to this, I want you to let's use the so for example, if you don't clear content, for example, if you change something here and you so let's say we are changing our brand description, a bakery that bakes chin chin for children. So if we don't clear the content, if you change something, maybe if either you're changing your tone or you're changing your let's change the tone now to casual, for example, and we change the brand description. So if we leave every other thing, like even if you change the other option, variant or creativity, and you click on the right for me, now because you did not clear content, it's going to add. Oh, and you see that was even social media posts, but in our use case, it was brand name. So it added to the document that we already had created, and it's Chin Chin. So it has given us different brand names. So, for example, if you want to if you still want to use a document that you're working on, but you want to do something else in the same document, not what it has already created. Let's assume that you've used up all of this in your social media for a week, for example, and you want you to create another content in the same document. So you can click on clear all content, and it will ask you, are you sure? You say okay. So it has cleared the content, and then you can generate something new. So let's click on ads. Let's say we want to create an ad. We want to generate an ad copy. So we select the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn ads, and the product name, chocolate cake. Then product description. Um, Let me say right for me, and then it generates ads in the same document that was titled social media post, but it's generating a different set of content related to what we selected in our use case. So this is just showing us how we can use one document to do different things and all. Okay, so that's that about generating content. I hope that's clear. Do we have questions on generating content before we go into? Oh wow! Before we go into managing documents, we,
Okay, thank you so much. It's been interesting so far. I really see that this tool can do so much. So, as a person, I really plan on using it, and I hope that our viewers as well have joined in the session so far. Thank you, Tracy Ben. Tracy Ben had asked what this tool is about, which I responded in the comment section. But if you wish, you can take it over again, like just a highlight of what the tool is about, and then we also have okay, the delicious Anya, Chisom, and Edna. I hope you're still there. So please do have to ask any more questions that you may have. But so far, that's just the question. What's the tool about?
Okay. All right. So I said the name of the tool is called Writer. Writer is spelled Rytr. So it's an AI copywriting tool or an AI writing assistant. So what it does is it helps you to generate written content. So we have different types of content. We have text, we have videos, we have images. So this is a text writing content tool. It helps you generate content and written content. Examples are what we have been doing in the different use cases that we've selected so far. Written content is blog posts, social media captions. The written part of this, the text part of your social media post, that's the captions, emails. It can help you generate business ideas. It can help you generate brand names. It can help you generate if you are a what do you call it now, an employee, 9 to 5 employee, and you are looking for a new job. It can help you write a cover letter. If you're an HR personnel, it can help you generate interview questions to ask your candidates, and all the different use cases that are available are listed under this choose a use case, so you can see the different use cases that it can generate for you. So that's what Writer is about. So quickly, let's just look at how to manage documents. So to manage all the documents that you have created, click on the Documents tab, and then so it shows you the list of. So this is just like the way you have my documents on your computer or on your drive, your Google Drive. It's just a document management section. It shows you all the documents that you have created. Like we've seen in the demos, in some of the use cases that we've done, if you want to create a new document, you click on the new document, you enter the name of the document, and you say create. Then for the documents that you've created, you can, if you click on the three dots by the side of the document, it has the option to rename a document, to move a document, and to delete a document. Now you also have an option to create a new folder. So if you want to now organize your documents further into folders, you click on new folder, put in the title of your folder, the name of your folder. So we just put in test folder, we click on create. So you can see that it's created a folder for us. Now, if you want to move documents to a folder, so just click on the three dots beside a document. So you see the move option, you click on move, and it will show you where the different options to move it to. So you have home, which is like the default, the first layer of the folder hierarchy. Then you have folders that are under the home. You click on test. So we want to move it to the test folder. So I click on test folder. There are no, if there are other folders in test folders, it also show you the folders there. So, but we are moving it directly into the test folder. So I'll just click on test folder and say move here. So you see that it will disappear from here, and it's now. So if you click on test folder, we see that it is in the test folder. So we go back to home. So let's assume we have a very long list of documents, and then you want to be able to easily access documents without, maybe without searching. So you can mark a document as favorite. To mark a document as favorite, just click the star icon beside the document, so that when you have a long list of documents in your home and you want to easily access documents, if there's a document that you frequently use, you can add them to favorite. So if you come to this favorites menu or button, you click on favorites, will show you all your documents under favorite. So favorite basically is like a section quick access section to get to your document. So to go back to home, you click on home. So those are the things you can do. If you want, let's say we want to delete a document, you click on the icon, you say delete, and it will tell you, ask you, are you sure you want to permanently delete this document? And if you are sure, you click on the delete button. Once you delete, it tells you deleted successfully, and you see that it's gone from your list of documents in the home. So let's say we want to download the document. I remember download the document. So I'll just open this code email document. I scroll to this three dots here, and it says download. So we want to download it to as a Word document. So I'll just click on the option download in the doc, and it will automatically download it to my computer. So that's how to download a document. So yes, so that's about how to use the features. So let's go to our history now. So by now we should have history. So history shows us all the things we've done with Writer, shows us all the tasks that we have been doing with Writer. So this is where we generated. It tells you the number of credits you have used, the date it was done, the documents you saved to, and then if you want to report that the quality was poor, you click on the button. If you want to delete the history, you delete it. If you want to another document, write into another document in the same template, you click on the write more like this. So that's that about documents, write, chat, and history. Now to go to so somebody asked about what the free tool can do and what it cannot do. So if we come to settings, um, if you come to settings, this is your account settings. So if you go to plan, it will tell you, so this is your usage. Oh wow, usage is 9,364, and I think that the usage of the for free plan is 10,000 words per month. So if you scroll down, these are the different plans. So this is the free plan. It tells you is $0 per month. It will generate 10,000 characters per month. You have access to the AI chat. You have access to the 40 plus use cases. Then you can write in 20 plus tones, and then you have access to the Chrome extension. So it has a Chrome extension that you can use. So even if you're not on the right art website, if you install the browser extension and you're writing email on your, say, Gmail, you can select a paragraph or a word on your Gmail and tell writer to, continue writing or to improve on that paragraph. That's if you install the Chrome extension. So basically, the browser extension means using Writer, but you're not on the website. You can use it on any other website that you are generating content on or writing content on or for. Then we have the next plan, which is your unlimited plan. Is $7.5 per month. And then what does it have? It has everything in the free plan, but you can generate unlimited content. It's not limited by number of characters. Is You have unlimited access to the AI chat. You can build one personalized tone of voice. Remember that I said that want to if any of these 20 tones are not in your brand voice, you can build your own brand voice, customize your own brand voice. So this unlimited plan allows you to customize one personalized brand tone of voice, and it does plagiarism checks for you, 50 of it, and then it generates two times inputs or output character limits. It's two times more than that of free plan. Then you have the premium plan, which is $24.17 per month. It has everything in unlimited, and it unlocks the best AI outputs with premium language models. It writes in 30 plus languages. You can build 5 personalized tones of voice. It will give you 100 plagiarism checks, 3 times writing to character limits, and you create your own custom use cases as well. So custom use cases is if you don't want it to do Facebook or brand name, that's a use case. So you can create your own use case, custom use case on the premium plan. So yes, that is how to get to the different plans and you upgrade. So once you upgrade, if you click on whatever plan you want, it will probably take you to the payment plan. You put in your card details and it will finish up with the payment, and then you are now on the new plan. So just take note, this free plan is 10,000 characters, not words, characters. So be careful how you use it, and it's per month. So at the end of this, so depends on when you created your account. Created this account March 30th, so the next month will start reading at April 30th at 5:13 p.m. So it will reset your 10. If you are still on the free plan, by the next month, it will reset your what do you call it now? Your credits for the month at this time. So I was trying to say that bearing in mind your credit character limits. So I think one of the best ways to optimize that is to be careful the number of variants that you'll be generating. If you are going to be using it a whole lot in a month, maybe you should try to generate two variants, because if you generate three variants, that's more characters. So yes, so that's about it. So that's to reiterate on what we talked about. When you're generating your content, when you're giving it your inputs, make sure you are specific, you are clear on what you want it to do for you. Make sure you review with the content that the AI has generated and you edit it. Don't copy blindly. Don't rely on the 100% on AI. And then also note that the better input that you put in, the better your results. And generally, I hope that as you keep using the tool, it you you will see the benefits and it will help you boost your productivity, generate content faster. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you so much. I can see love popping up in the comment section, and I believe it's been an amazing session. There's feedback from Anya Chisom. She says, nice session. And the delicious one also says, I already like this too. Thank you for introducing it here. So thank you so much. We've enjoyed the session, and this tool is nothing short of amazing. If you're just joining the challenge, today we learned about Writer, and Writer is an amazing tool that you should try using. And also, I want to mention that this 30 days AI challenge is not just we're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. We're going to have a grand finale, and we're going to have testimonials. So if you've used any of these tools, we would like to also hear from you. I want you to actually practice using them. Thank you so much, Chinenye. It's been an amazing time having you on stage. Thank you so much.
Mm,
All right. So, guys, thank you so much for staying with us. And if you're just joining us today for the first time, this is the 30 Days AI Challenge, and this is day 22. We are going to get to 30. So, if you're just joining, stay tuned. Join us this time tomorrow, or to be more accurate about how this session works, we'd like you to register and participate. It's not too late to do that. So, go to our Instagram handle. You're going to see the link in our bio. Follow the link, register, and become a part of the session. There's going to be a reward for actually staying consistent from day one till the end and being active in the comment section. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's been amazing. And see you tomorrow as we continue with day 23. I am Rejoice Iroma. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.